Berkshire Hathaway had their annual meeting this weekend in Omaha, Nebraska, and CNBC was all over the coverage all weekend long. Here's a video from CNBC television, and this one is on Paramount. Now, I saw news headlines about Paramount crashing, but I really didn't know why. But it appears that they cut their dividend dramatically. And if you don't know, Warren Buffett loves dividends. Let's listen in.
This question comes from Barry Laffer in New York City. Berkshire owns about 94 million shares of Paramount Global as of the last published data. This asset-rich company has disappointed on recent quarterly earnings reports and just this week slashed its dividend by 80%. How do you see the streaming wars evolving, and do you still have conviction in your investment thesis? Is your investment thesis based on the company being an acquisition target or based on its fundamentals?
Yeah, and how would you like to manage my money for nothing? We are not in the business of giving stock advice to people, and people who don't know anything about stocks can make a lot of money doing that. And we don't think it's something we should give away. But I will say this, it's not good news when any company passes its dividend or cuts its dividend dramatically. And the streaming business is extremely interesting to watch because there's people love to use their eyeballs watching, being entertained on a screen in front of them or a phone or whatever it may be. But there's a lot of companies doing it, and you need fewer companies or you need higher prices. Well, you need higher prices or it doesn't work. And you don't lock in people when you get them to join up for the streaming period when your serial runs. I mean, you keep them on for a while, but you can't lock them up. And we'll see what happens. I mean, I had a gasoline station when I was 21 or 22, and it's about 4 or 5 miles from here, and we had one competitor, and he determined our profit because we looked at his price every day, and if we cut the price, he'd match it, and we couldn't raise the price, and he did twice the gallonage, so he won. And there's just basic business problems that you see with certain industries that you don't see with the other. Disney was unique in its animated, what it offered, in the 30s and 40s, and they wrote the stuff off at the first showing, and then they rejuvenated Snow White and all these other people every 7 years, and that was fine. But this is a different world, and the eyeballs aren't going to increase dramatically, and the time they can spend it's not going to increase dramatically, and you got a bunch of companies that don't want to quit, and who knows what pricing does under that. But anybody tells you what they know what pricing will do in the future is kidding themselves. Charlie's had a lot of experience, incidentally, with Hollywood. I mean, he used to, before I even met him.
I think the movie business is one tough business.
Yeah.
That's my view.
The talent will make the money, the agents will make the money, and if you've got a theater, the theaters are now doing 70% of the business that they did before the pandemic. And big hits, you have enormous grosses, but you can't reduce the supply. People have only got so many hours in the day. They've only got 2 eyeballs, and they got more choice than ever before. And they've got stuff that's cheaper that offers them the same experience, and some of them like the experience, particularly the big hits of going. But it isn't like you can double the number of people or double the eyeballs or anything like that. And you've got a lot of people. The talent will always get paid, and when you essentially are packaging that talent one way or another, and you need to get higher prices, and you've got a lot of strong companies that don't want to quit. That's an interesting equation.
Hey, if you think the movies are tough, try to invest in a New York show on a conventional stage. There they think it's a breach of faith in that business to let the person who put up the money ever get any money back.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Charlie saw a lot of that, actually. When
Yeah, I don't like those businesses.
Tell him what happened on Cleopatra, Charlie. It's a business that everybody's tempted to.
So I'm going to stop the video here. I had no idea that Berkshire also had shares in Paramount. Now, the streaming business is tough. There's a lot of competition. You know, Netflix, Hulu, Disney. I mean, you name it. Warner Brothers, and so Paramount slashed its quarterly dividend to 5 cents from 24 cents. This was the first time it lowered the dividend since 2009. So the CEO, Bob Kish, said the decision will further enhance their ability to drive long-term value for their shareholders, as well as move towards streaming profitability. Again, it's a very tough business. Now, if we go to the Paramount stock chart, and I'm going to start with the monthly chart as I usually do. Wow, look at this. I don't know what caused this. I think I saw this actually, and wanted to short it, but I did not get it. I did not get short. All right, 'cause this was just ridiculous. And you could see that the trend line, once it was broke, kind of confirmed that prices were going to trickle down. All right, so this is the pandemic lows, and it's actually not the low. Have to go back to April of 2009. All right, so I just want to see if here's the level for me here. This is we're going to call this monthly buyers at this level here. Okay. All right, so let's just put that in. Monthly buyers at we'll say 650. If price is going to get down here, first has to take out this pivot at $15. I want to look at this level. Seems to be weekly buyers potentially here, as to why it did react and pull back, only to come into monthly sellers to continue the downtrend. Let's just mark this off first just to see what we got. It's a pretty big wide area. Let's see. Okay, you could probably switch it down. Okay, so that was a low. We had just a rally in price, a couple of basic candles and the rally out, right? Price came back, pulled back. That was good for, I don't know, almost say 100% pullback. All right, so this is the level that price is in, and you can see how it's reacting again into that level. So we're going to mark that. We'll say that is weekly buyers at the 1550 level. Now, I don't know if price is going to, I don't know if this level is going to hold again, but This is the level where there are buyers. Just want to see the upside. This is that area where I was talking about where they were weekly sellers. It's worth putting, we'll say, okay, and that's $26. Weekly sellers at $26. So price is really in between the weekly zones. Price is range bound. Yeah, it's a it's a dead stock. Can't really do anything. Good thing that this does not make up a large percent of Berkshire Hathaway. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.